Sonia Uche, please take your flowers. I beg, take your flowers. This is a lovely, superb performance. Guys, like, I can't really stop laughing. I cannot stop laughing. See, I don't know. Please, who noticed Bryan was laughing in that movie? Like, who noticed that he actually hid his face to laugh? Because I noticed it so well. Like, he couldn't control himself. He just had to laugh. And I'm like, Bryan, oh my God. Guys, trust me. I know that these people actually gave the production team a hard time in filming this movie. Because even at the point of, action, like, you act. We are serious now, let's act. Bryan was still laughing. Like, I noticed it. At that point, I was just laughing. I was like, Sonia Uche, please, let this guy just act. Like, you are choking him with laughter. The point I knew that Bryan is done, like he's done with Sonia Uche, was when Sonia Uche went to meet his cousin in the parlor with their album and was showing them where her picture was, and it was like, we're in our wedding, and she said she didn't come for the wedding. So when the girl left annoyingly, saying that your wife is just so toxic, when she left annoyingly, that Sonia was not like, Ashewo cousin, look at, and she's shaking bum bum. Ashewo cousin. At that point, he couldn't even control himself again. The guy had to just turn his back to laugh because it was really hilarious. Her facial expression, the way she talks was very funny, okay? Guys, this movie is a 10 over 10 minus nothing. They all did so well. Sonia, please take your flowers. This girl is amazing. Like, the way she made this movie look real. And Bryan, oh my God. Bryan actually got me in this movie. Like, I was like, what? This guy outdid himself. He acted as the cool gentleman, okay? Because that was his role in this movie, to act as a very loving, cool, and gentleman. And he gave it his best. Like, he brought his A game into this movie. And same thing with Sonia. Oh my. Sonia did an excellent job in this movie. Like, she killed that role, okay? So she played the role of a very insecure wife. And when I mean insecure, I mean insecure to a fault. Like, and those her insecurities got me laughing. And that was what basically made the movie very interesting and hilarious, okay? So she loved this her guy, Bryan, so much. He was her husband. Like, she loved him so much because he was cute. He was every woman's dream and a good spec. Like, that guy in her spec. So she doesn't even want to take chances at all. Like, she had to hold her husband tight, okay? And by doing all those things, she was making her marriage very toxic unknowingly to her, okay? She didn't allow the guy go out alone. Even when when she wants to travel, she wants him to go with her. She was just in his space, no breathing space for the guy, no social life, because she doesn't want any girl at all to just come close to her guy. Okay, so it was actually very toxic for the guy, but he didn't see it that way because he loved his wife so much, okay? And it's always assuring her that, babe, I love you so much, I can't cheat on you, okay? Just let me be, let me just do this particular thing. I'm not cheating on you, I can't look at any other girl, okay? He always assured her that he loved her so much, and he loved his wife so much. He cared for her. He respected her so much, okay? He doesn't even engage in any, talks about any woman because of how much he respects his wife, okay? He treated her nicely. He supported her. Even when she's not right, he tries as much as possible to be patient with her and correct her with love, okay? And he does that privately. He doesn't embarrass her in front of friends or family members. No, he supports her there. He makes sure that nobody talks down on his wife. That's how much he actually loves his wife. And with all this love, this support, baby girl was not still convinced though. Like, she still wanted her man to herself. She was like, no, I cannot leave you. Even though you do not go after them, they will go after you. You are too fine. Like, no, she cannot handle the loss, okay? That was how much she loved her husband so much, okay? But these her particular insecurities and, over possessiveness. I think that's the word, because she was so possessive of her husband, and that made her do things that she never thought of doing, and she regretted her actions. Like, she really regretted her actions because it almost cost her husband, her loving husband, and her marriage. And that was when she thought her husband was having an affair with her house help. You know, she's always coming up with different thoughts, different imaginations in her head. So that particular period, her husband's brother visited the house, okay? So that one, he is a flirt, is a philanderer, okay? He loves women so much. So he had an affair with their house help that night. So Sonia woke up from the bed and she couldn't find her husband on the bed. She was really, really tense. She was scared. She was like, where could her husband be? So she came out at the middle of the night to look for her husband, and she heard the sound coming from a room, a guest room. She heard the moan of a lady's voice, okay? Then she entered the room with a very big stick to hit the person's head. So when she hit the person's head, she found out that it was not her husband, but her husband's brother. But she thought it was her husband, okay? So she was really, really scared. She was really scared, and even when the house help came out, she screamed, okay? Her husband was like, what's going on? He entered there and he saw that his brother was really in a bad shape. He had to rush him to the hospital, okay? He rushed him to the hospital, he took care of his bills, and the guy said he's no longer going to the house again. You should get his things, he's leaving, okay? So he left the house. Bryan was so upset with his wife. He was like, so you thought I was the one and you actually wanted to hit me with a stick? Is that how much you love me? You can hurt me? Okay, so I actually felt goose pimples at that point, okay? Sonia was so sorry, like the guy had to leave the house. Hey, at this point I was like, this is what this girl had been trying to avoid. She doesn't want her husband to leave her, okay? And she ended up chasing her husband with her own very hand. But what her husband did actually amazed me, okay? It showed the level of love Bryan had for his wife. Like, he really loved his wife so much that he had to send a therapist to the house, that his wife really needed therapy. That was the problem, okay? So this lady succeeded in changing Sonia for good. So she was already a perfect wife for her husband. Her husband came back home and told her that he has forgiven her, and she was so sorry. You know, they started off their lovey-dovey thing, and that was how this movie ended so romantically. Guys, My Man, My Treasure is the movie. It is super duper interesting. If you have not seen it, you are missing. Please run along to Oma Nation Pictures to watch this amazing movie on his YouTube channel at Oma Nation Pictures. Go there and support our faves, Sonia Uche and Bryan Okwara. These two were amazing. If you were searching for a romantic movie or a comic movie to see, My Man, My Treasure is the movie. This movie is a must watch. Thank you so very much, guys, for watching. Please do also give this video a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to Substance TV for more amazing movie reviews, recommendations, trends, and hot spicy gist. See you all in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.